to my channel and welcome to another diecast restoration video. I hope you're all keeping well and you're enjoying the warm weather. Let's see, what about, I don't even know what date it is. It's the 23rd of June when I did this, and it's really warm out there. It's 30 odd degrees. You can't stay out there. I've been out there, I've done a few outdoor shots for this video. It's too warm to stay out. Anyway, it's topping up the old tan a bit. Every time you go out you get a bit more, you know. Okay, so anyway, I hope you are looking forward to this video anyway. And you know, before we start, I'd like to say, as always, thank you very much for joining me, and thank you very much to all my old subscribers for sticking with me, and hello and welcome to any new subscribers. I hope you're going to enjoy my channel, and also thank you everybody for all your comments. Right, let's get on with this one. Well, it's not a very interesting one, this one really. It's a straightforward restoration. I've got to do some of the straightforward restorations as well as the more complicated ones. So I'm just taking them as they come. So you know, that's why there's got to be some, like I say, some more straightforward ones than always complicated ones. Right, okay, well I better get on with it. So this week, you've already seen the title. It's going to be a Corgi Toys Fiat 1800, and that's the Corgi number 217. I started this one probably 3 or 4 weeks ago. Like I say, we've been to Weymouth since. I don't really remember the first half too much of it. What I did, how bad it was or nothing, I'll have to look at when I put the clips together, because when I'm videoing this, obviously, I've just finished the model, so I haven't put any clips together yet. I've got to find the damn things, because I've got about 5 or 6 memory cards, all with bits of different video restorations on. And you know, they don't all follow on. There's like 5 or 6 models starting on one, and then they go on to the next one, and it's sort of staggered. So I've got a load of memory cards that I can't reformat because there's still stuff on them that I need to make my videos. You know, so I'm running out of memory cards. I have to buy some more. But anyway, yeah, so this one turned out not too bad. I didn't like the colours that Corgi did them. Pretty drab. They probably were pretty drab colours. Anyway, the real ones. But I thought I'd do this one another colour. And I think it's turned out quite nice. I was umming and ahhing. I've done a two-tone, well, sort of two-tone. The roof is a different colour to the rest of the car, the model. But I was umming and ahhing about doing the roof a different colour because I didn't know if it was going to look nice. Anyway, I took a chance and I've done it, and I think it looks nice, but you might think completely different. But yeah, I'm pleased with the way it's turned out. Okay, so watch this video, you'll see how I got on. But I didn't say what I normally say, so I better say that. So please sit back, relax, enjoy watching the video, see how I got on with this one. Take a closer look at this one. Well, she doesn't look too bad actually. Been over painted as well. That seems to be the theme at the moment. It's got a slight bend in the pillar there, but nothing too drastic. The window unit looks fine apart from the paint on it, which should come off in the ultrasonic cleaner. Otherwise, pretty straight model. Wheels are there. The tyres are borderline. They look alright, but they're hard. We'll see. They might be usable. We'll see when the time comes. So we got 3 rivets. Well, the suspension's all good as well on this one. Yeah, we got 3 rivets. They've already got a nice little like dimple in the middle, so that's cool. So we might as well just get straight down and do it. I've got the tools out from doing another couple of models, so I'll go straight in with a slightly bigger one than usual, and that might be enough. Excuse me. So I didn't say it's a Corgi Toys Fiat 1800. Well, you know that by the title on the video. I think I have done one of these before. Not so long ago, but I lose track of what I've done and what I haven't. I have now started writing it in a book, and because I've got a few videos ahead now, I've ticking off which ones I've put on YouTube. Saved me going back and having a look through all my videos. I find it so much more awkward to navigate that YouTube now. They've changed it. Well, they changed it a while ago now, but I just can't get used to how it is now. I try and zoom in on when I'm doing comments, zoom in, and then off it goes off. It goes back onto the, like, when you're Googling it to get onto your channel. It's a pain in the bloody arse. And all my comments used to come up on my emails. Now I don't get them, so unless I go back on the videos specifically, I miss all the comments. So that's the reason why, if any of you have commented and I haven't answered, it's because I've missed them. And then 9 times out of 10, if I find them, I've forgotten what it is. If you're asking me a question, I've forgotten what on the video, what it might have been the answer. So it bugs me why they got to change all the time. Change. I know you got to keep up with the times, but change for the sake of it. When it, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The old saying. I know my app has changed a bit. All the old features are there. The one I used to make my videos. It's not a great app because you can't get a smooth transition from one clip to another. It always seems to jump a bit. Yeah, that's undone. That's nice. Yeah, but there are some new features like those AI. Well, the AI shots I do is not on my app. It's on my phone. It's on another app on my phone. But there are other apps you can use, like putting my cabbages on the screen. That's AI. You go into the AI thing and explain what it is you want in Word. You got to type it out. I want a cabbage with no background or whatever, and then it comes up. And if you're not happy with that one, just click find an image again, and it does it all again, and it comes up with something different. So it is quite clever in that respect. But there's a new dashboard on it, so try out the new dashboard, or another name for it. And I tried it, and I couldn't get on with it. It was so much easier with the old one and much clearer. So I've kept it on the old one. You've still got the choice, but I bet it's going to change. So this is number 217. Don't know if there's meant to be that much play in the axles, but I don't think it's worn. I think it's just that that's how it's made. So it's got one of these vac form interiors, which isn't too bad actually, just needs a clean. So that's going to go straight in the ultrasonic cleaner with the other bits from the other videos. I want to roll, yeah, I'm putting bits in from 3 models in there. Now, look at that, that's not even riveted in, I thought it was. So there you go, it's a lovely unbroken window unit, just a few scratches and a bit of paint on, so it's going in the ultrasonic cleaner right now as we speak. That's gone. Right, we'll try and get the tyres off. They're not too bad, you know, I think they're going to be alright. I think they're going to be alright. So, you know where those are going. You've guessed it, in the ultrasonic cleaner. And when I get all that out, I'm not going to know where the hell each pot comes from. I'm going to get all muddled up, you'll see. Right, okay, so I've got to file these rivet posts down a little bit. And I'll tell you what, they're nice big ones, they're nice and easy to drill. I've got the tap out ready, I've just done a model, so I'm going to do this one whilst I've got everything out. But before we do that, we need to get, hang on a minute though, is that painted? Yeah. So before we do that, we need to get these wheels off. So we're going to need the little puller. We're going to need the little puller now. Which one is it? Because one of them is knackered and one of them's alright. That's the knackered one, I think. I was a bit heavy-handed with my first one, so I had to go and buy another one. So it's a good job they're not expensive. I know people said they're crap, they're not very strong, but Mr. P, who made his own in the end, but yes, I've knackered one up, so you're right, they probably are crap, but I'm a bit more careful now, and yeah, I've said that I'll probably knacker this one up now. You've got to make sure it's in the centre of the wheel. It's not always easy to get it there. Okay, I think that's it. This could be it when I knacker it up, because that's bloody not. That's not moving. Ah, it's gone. Well, something's gone anyway. I've probably got the wheel stuck on the puller now. Okay, there you go. Oh, she's lovely, she's coming off nice. So that's good. I'm pleased about that. I'll leave that one on the axle to clean it up, because it'll make it easier, and this one I'll have to put a nail through it or something to put in the drill chuck. Now hang on, I need to get some pots here. Right, there are. There's one that I had on a video I've already done but hasn't been uploaded, so I better not show you what's written on the top, otherwise it'll spoil it. And what did I want? Did I want? Oh, I don't know what I did with all that stuff now from the other one. Oh yeah, I put it all in the ultrasonic cleaner, didn't I? Ah, okay then, so I don't need that pot yet. Right. Okay, I must be careful I don't get muddled up here. Yeah. Some of the wheels or axles you can't get a puller on. It depends which model it is. But on the whole, most of them you can. That's another tight bugger. There it goes. It's gone. Getting them on again is going to be another game and a half, isn't it? Unless you line up the splines exactly, which, believe me, is not easy to do because it never seems to work out on me. Yeah, so that can go in the caustic now. That's that. Right. Did I get the interior? Oh yeah, I put it all in. See, I'm losing the plot. I put it all in the ultrasonic cleaner and I'm thinking where the bit's gone. You know what that is? You've guessed it. 1, 2, 3, cabbage. Sorry, I had to do it. You know that's a thing now. It's a thing I was chatting to Mr. Ian Hulley the other day. He phoned me, FaceTime me, whatever you call it, video call, and he said to me that about the cabbage is a bit of a thing now. It's just developed from me saying that, and now it's it's quite a thing on my videos. At least it's something to remember me by when I'm gone. They'll say, oh yeah, Crapo Nick. Yeah, when he used to do his videos before he popped his clogs. He'll say that's what he used to do. He used to say cabbage instead of swearing. The trouble is, it's not, is it? Because I do I swear as well. I shouldn't. I know I shouldn't. I'm naughty. And I apologise for that. I was okay. You're okay. I was okay when I was on the farm. Then when I went and worked at the haulage contractors, that was the start of it. And when you work with a load of blokes, you know what I mean, that's you got no chance. Right, well, I better carry on with this off camera because you're going to be here until after I've had my tea, and you'll be waiting for me whilst I have my tea, and you know, so it's going to go on and on. So I'm going to switch off here, and then I'm going to do these maybe after my tea, drill them out, tap them, and then when I come back to you with this model, it should be all nice and cleaned up, been in the caustic, cleaned up, ready for putting the primer on. Okay. Right, okay, that's all cleaned up. Wire wheeled, and I think ready for the primer. I was going to do this line scraping after, but I don't know. It's not great all the way along. I might do it yet. I don't know. I'll see. But anyway, I'm going to do the primer. I haven't decided what colours I'm going to do it. I'm going to use etching primer again because the roof's got to be different colour. But the colours that Corgi did, I know they're probably true to life, but bloody hell, they are bland. So I'm going to see. I might do a different colour scheme to what Corgi did it. Anyway, the primer's going on first, so we got a couple of, well, at least 24 hours to think about it. Okay, I'll see you in 24 hours in a couple of seconds. Right, that's all done to the primer. Base. Body. So I'm going to go out and spray the body now. Now I wasn't sure what colour to do it, and I've seen one that looks nice, but it's not two-tone. I don't know what to do with it to do the roof a different colour. Anyway, I'm going to spray that colour on it, and when it's done I'm going to see what I think, whether I'm going to put another colour on the roof. So I'm going to go out, spray that, and I'll come back to you when that's done. Okay, so we've got this painted. That's the colour I did it. I like that colour. So what I started doing here is scraping that trim along there. I should have done it this morning really, because it's starting to get a bit borderline to do it. So that's, you got to be so careful. You use a rounded blade. I should have filed those lines down before I did this, but I didn't, I forgot. So don't start right at the edge where the door line is. Just start before it and then go the other way then after that, just to go up to the door. But use a round blade so that you've got less chance of catching any of the other paintwork. It's a bit tricky, but I've done some balls ups before with this. I used to be scared stiff to do it. And this is another thing that Martin Deere showed us all how to do. I mean, some of you will have probably been doing it before Martin showed us, but I honestly never thought about doing this to get some of the trim nice like that. I always tried painting it with Molotow and it always looked the right balls up. So this is great, doing it like this. You can go slightly over it late afterwards. So you got to go all the way along, do all the little bits there. This one's going to be a bit tricky by the petrol thing, petrol filler. I'm just using the tip there. That's it, we're past that. And be careful if, like when you get to there, to the light, I would imagine it would be chrome, but in real life I haven't looked at the picture yet. Right, you can just also do like these little bits here where the key would go in. It looks quite nice. You can't see it very well through the camera. I always paint the bumpers in Molotow. Don't try to scratch those. But you can do these bits on the boot, like the boot handle. That's another thing that looks quite nice when you do it. God, my tummy's rumbling and gurgling, and just go from both directions, but be very careful when you do these ones, because it can very quickly end up not very good. And you'll say to yourself, why the bloody hell did I do that? I'm trying to see the shape of that. And handle, well, it seems a handle. It's kind of V-shaped. I say it's a bit borderline me doing this now, because the paint's almost gone too dry. It doesn't, you know, like if you peel an apple and the apple skin goes in a long twirly thing, when you do it fresh enough, that's what this does, this paint does. But if you do it too soon, you end up getting your bloody fingerprints in it. See, so that's done that bit. I should have filed that bumper a bit. It's only now I've just noticed a bit wobbly, but once you put the Molotow on, you won't notice so much. So I'm going to carry on with that. You can do the door handles as well. That always comes up quite nice if you do those, but be very, very careful with those. I'll do this one. It's the very ends you've got to watch that you don't push too hard and the blade slides off the handle and into the bit you don't want to do. Turn it around different angles so that it's easy to get to. I mean, I'm doing it blade flat there just to get the little knob of the door handle, but your main aim, especially when you're doing the trim, is to go along like that and slice it. Just slice it, don't scratch it. Okay, so I'm going to carry on with that, and I don't know whether to do the roof black or not. I don't know if it'll spoil it with this colour paint. I've given myself a bit of a dilemma there. I did want to do it two-tone, Oh, and now I've done that, so I don't really know what to do. I'm going to carry on scraping this and whilst I think about it. Righto then, I've done that. I did the bit along the bottom there as well. So that's done. You don't really notice it that much with a camera. I still don't know what to do about this roof. I don't know if it was... But look, the way I'm looking at it here, I'm getting a reflection of black off my little screen there. And it actually doesn't look too bad with a black roof. It really doesn't. I think I might go for it because it'd be a bit plain otherwise, by its, you know, just a model like that with no two-tone. I'm getting used to doing the two-tones now. Two-tones and black roofs, and yeah, so I think I will do the roof black. The other thing is, I was going to say, would you bring it down those back bits? I don't know, but possibly not. That would be that would be too much. The way I'm looking at it there with the, excuse me, reflecting black on it, it looks all right. Okay, I might do that then. I'll mask it up and then see. Okay, then we're going to move on to the wheels. You got the centre bit in there, so I'm not going to take these two wheels off, but if you just polish them, that's not going to come out. It's like a bit of rust in the middle. So I've got my little wire brush on the drill to go in. Just do like that. Might have to do it for a little bit. Yeah, that gets most of the stuff out of there. Hopefully the polish should get the rest. I'd already done that one a little bit. Okay, so we get rid of that now. We don't want those anymore, because you don't need to wire brush these obviously because they're off the axle, but you got to clean the end of the axle. So you can do that with sandpaper, wire brush, anything you like really. Probably one of these is good enough for that. See, that's brought that up. So that's all you need to do there. There. I'll just get some new kitchen paper. That one's, I dropped my glue all over it yesterday, lucky it didn't go right through. But I'm just going to polish these wheels before I change the paper, before we assemble the model. Right, drill with my drill gone. Have a slap of coffee. I went outside for a bit, but it's too hot. It must be, I don't know what it is, it's over 30 degrees out there. There. Right, excuse the sniffing. So, we got that in the drill chuck. Got our brasso. I'll lift that up a bit so you can see. Big lump of brasso stuff, a bit like the old Duraglit. I always use brasso. I've tried silver, but I don't find the silver works so well. So with that, you know, to get that side, you just put your thumb on it as it's going round. Try and get it right in. I mean, my nails go right to the end of my thumb because I don't bite them, but so you're all right. If you bite them, I don't know if you can quite get in there, but that's the way I do it. Keep it there for a while. You probably got to do it a few times. When when you got your nail on that as well, how I do it, I make sure I get my nail in there, in between where the tyre goes, obviously with that in between my thumbnail and the wheel. So you get right in there to make that shiny as well. Press quite hard. The axle. Okay, it'll probably wind around sometimes, don't worry about that. Right, get your polishing cloth if you've got one. Microfiber cloth. It's my usual one, it's getting quite grotty. Well, I have changed it, so this is the as Norfolk Man Cave, what did he say, your cleanest dirty rag? Sure, do the same, get your fingernails right in. It's come up pretty shiny. Look at that, that's lovely. Beautiful, as they say. Right, so I might have to do in that bit again to get right into the axle. The other wheels, if you've got an old piece of pop rivet shaft, not the shaft but the bit that goes through the middle, that will fit through the hole, put it through. Not too long, it hasn't got to be too long, it's got to be able to go right into your drill chuck without hitting the back. Put that through, put it in your drill, push it against something, down hard like that, holding the chuck when you do it so it tightens. And I've shown you before, but in case you haven't seen it, you're new to the channel or you missed it, that should hold it in place. Hang on, let me see if I've got something I can put through. I'll be back in a second. Right, there you are. I found an old axle I had, but like I say, a pop rivet shaft will do just as well. And this is better because you can put the wheel in both ways, so you can get that nice and cleaned up. So if I put it in there, I put it that way, put it in your drill truck right to the end, and I don't know if I can show you. Right, see, this is just a shelf about an inch thick, so push hard against that there, and that wheel don't turn now, that will turn with the drill. So now you can start polishing. Simples like this. Oh dear, that didn't go well. Same thing again, get your nail in all the bits. Don't worry about the back part of that one because you'll take it off and turn it round. So when you do them, it's better to do the back side of the wheel first if you like, because it might mark, your drill chuck might mark it a little bit, and then you'd have to polish it off by hand when you turn the wheel around. So if it's on the inside, it don't matter so much. I mean, it's not hurt it, it's just that it might make a little mark that you will see. Right, let's see how we're going with this one. Right, it's come up a bit, but it needs doing again because obviously that inside is a bit well, it's still got like a, I don't know if it's slightly pitted or what. Now that's come loose now with the polishing, So just loosen your drill chuck and do the same again into the side of the bench. There you go, and it's back tight again. Okay, so I'm going to carry on with these. I'll come back to you. That you see how I do it now. I'm not going to bore you with doing every single wheel, so I'll come back when it's all ready, cleaned up, ready to go back on the model. Well, I think we're pretty nearly ready to put it together. Update, I've done the chrome. I didn't bother with a wash in the end in the grill. I put some number plates on. That grill was a pain in the arse because I couldn't do it how the Google images were. I just couldn't get it. It was too, it's too finely detailed. So I've done it as best I can to the Google pictures. Put a little indicator light each side because that's where they are. Go up a bit. Yeah, in the Google images, and I've done the back bumper, back lights, and I've put a little number plate in there. Same number plate's probably what I put on a lot of my other models. So that's that. Okay, so this was twisted down. It's such a warm day. I went out there for 5 minutes and I bent it like that and I held it in the sun and it kind of went back. Yeah, the base is all done. So I've got to be careful with that because the Molotov did it this morning. It's now late afternoon. I put it in the sun, but it's still a little bit, if you push too hard against it, you might leave a fingerprint in. So we've got to start off with putting the wheels on. The axles are both the same length. So we'll get that through. Now I hate these splined wheels. It's hard to get them. I think I'm putting this wheel on inside out, but I'm not sure if they're the same. I think they're more or less the same. Nearly dropped the damn thing then. So yeah, it's slightly better on that side than on this side than on the other side. So I think that was the inside. Now do you think I can get them lined up? Okay. There's a lot of play in that one, eh? Yet the axles are definitely the same length. Yeah, they're definitely the same length. Okay, let's have a go with this thing. I don't know, it's going to be wide enough. Not quite, eh? What a bugger. That's that idea scuppered. Okay then, where's me plastic hammer? Oh, I didn't know that was unscrewed. Well, I'm buggered. You learn something every day. Okay, well it's going to have to be this. Nearly on. That's it. It's there. We'll do the other one. Didn't really have to tap hard, it was, I think that one. I'm not sure. Cleaned them up so well, I don't know which, oh yeah, that's the inside. Okay, let's try. Let's try and see, turn it there, that seems to be it there. Not far off. Don't know, I think that might be the softer side. Okay, she's on. Bit more, bit more. Right, thus far so good. Whatever it is you say. Now, when we put the glass in this, I'm going to have to probably stick this that way. So if you remember, that's been dipped. It was a long time ago, because I hardly remember what I did with this one. I mean, I can see what I'd got up to, but I didn't remember I left the windscreen and the stuff off, or I dipped it. I don't even remember dipping it in Pledge Revive it. It's just it's in the pot that's I put them in after I've dipped them. So that was before we went to Weymouth, which was a couple of weeks ago now that we came back. Right, here we go, my lovely 5-second fix. There, beautiful. Now my new torch, which goes out after so many seconds. It must be like on a timer switch kind of thing. I don't know how the hell it works, but it's a better one than the other one I had anyway. And it's rechargeable, so you don't have to hunt around looking for blasted batteries. There, look, it's counting down. Boom. That must be the right amount of time for the glue to go off, I suppose. Which is very clever, providing the glue does go off that quick. Very clever indeed. I'll check it. I'm going to give it another go because I find that feels a little bit tacky still. See what number, not 16. Well, it's not 5 seconds anyway. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off. There you go. Hey, that's good. I don't know if you can alter it. I didn't read the instructions like you didn't, you know, well, I was going to say like you do, like you don't. If you're me, people like me that just try the bloody thing out, if it doesn't work, then you got to go and look at the instructions. Okay, that drops in. Then I better put the tyres on now. New tyres. Not sure if they're the right size. They look a bit thin, but that's all I've got. Okie dokie. Screws and screwdrivers. Got plenty of those buggers over here, I tell you. Can't tell the width of their new cars, a lot of these people. They buy bloody big cars. Jersey's only got small roads, and they can't bloody keep them tucked into the hedge. And it gets on my tits, especially when you're coming towards them and they're on your side of the road. I don't give way now because it's peed me off so much. I know my brother said, yeah, but hang on a minute, we might get injured if the one. I've only taken him a couple of times, dropping him at a field or something, and he says, yeah, but what happens if you hit them? I said, I haven't so far. But no more Mr. Nice Guy is what I say, because I've had enough of it. Oh, and the amount that can't reverse, you meet them in a small lane. They come past the wide part, meet you in the narrow part, and they can't bloody reverse their cars. I'm not being funny, or I'm not trying to be horrible or racist or anything, but there's a lot of people living in Jersey now that when, you know, they're not Jersey. The majority of these, the people living in Jersey are not Jersey, and some of them have not long come to the island, and they can't drive. They really can't drive in our small roads. Don't get me wrong, there's some people that were born over here that can't bloom and drive and all, but a lot of them they're not used to our roads. And what gets me is that sometimes they get nasty towards you. When it's them all the time. You know, when you've driven wagons and that on the small roads. And like I say, Jersey's such a small place that when when you've driven for a living over here and you know all the roads. You know all the roads, you know where you can pass and where you can't. And sometimes people panic when you think, you can get 2 wagons through there, 2 lorries past one another. All right, you got to tuck it in. You got to keep them tucked into the hedge. I remember when my mate came over, the mate that I do the models for. He came over with a friend of his, and they had a Ford Cortina, and I'd taken them a couple of places, but they in passenger seat, they slide down the seat because they think you're not going to get through these gaps. And because we're used to it, we don't slow down. And they went off on their own one of the days, and then they came back. He had the mirror in his hand, and he said, "We tried what you do, Nick, and it didn't work." The mirror got ripped off the car because they didn't quite judge it right. Anyway, I'm digressing again, like I always do. So that's this one pretty much done. Okay, well that's it then. Another one saved from the Corgi scrapyard. Done the headlights. I thought I'll just put a yellow wash in them a bit, being as it's left-hand drive, and I thought, okay, it's probably had it, yellow headlights where it comes from. So I did them. They were too flipping yellow, so I mixed a bit of silver Vallejo airbrush paint in with it, and it's come out slightly better. I mean, it probably could have done with dual headlights, but I can't put them in every model. Anyway, so that's done. Looks quite nice, rolls well, and yeah, so that's it. Right, well, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed watching the restoration. I hope I haven't waffled on too long for your liking, and yeah, thank you for watching. So what I'm going to do, as usual, we're going to do our outdoor shots, then we'll do the turntable before and after, compare them, and then we'll do the AI shots, same as usual. Do that at the very end so you don't get muddled up. But like I say, you sometimes get 2 steering wheels in them, or I don't know, you get things that are added. Sometimes it adds a mirror onto it, so they're not always that great, but anyway, it's a bit of fun. So that's why I do them after the turntable shots or clips, then you don't get mixed up. AI shots right at the very end, the normal shots before, as soon as we finish the restoration, and the old turntable shots in the middle. Okay then, well, we'll see you in the next video. thanks again for watching, and see you next time. Until then, cheerio, bye bye, Herberto.